بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ.
I stood with the pious, and I didn't find any progress with them. I stood with the warriors in the cause, and I didn't find a single step of progress with them. Then I said, O Allah, what is the way to you? And Allah said, leave yourself and come. Welcome to Silsila-E-Shuttariya, the Shattari Lineage. Sufism. Sufism represents the living mystical system of Islamic spirituality. It is immensely complex and infinitely diverse mystical tradition. Sufism is fundamentally indefinable. It deals with veiled mysteries that lie beyond possibilities of rational understanding. The only way to understand Sufism is by living it. The word Sufi itself is understood in different ways. Some refer to it as Safa, meaning purity. Others believe it has originated from the Greek word Sophia, meaning wisdom. However, most common understanding is that the word Sufi has originated from Arabic word Suf, meaning wool. The attribute of a true Sufi should reflect the softness and warmth of wool. Many orders are enveloped within Sufism. The emergence of these orders represents different methods, tariqah, adopted and recommended by particular authoritative saints. These orders are generally named after the saint responsible for such introduction. The concept of Sufism is beyond differences, and hence we find followers of all orders always complementing and respecting each other. Introduction to Shattari. Shattari order is a great spiritual tradition of Sufism and remains one of the most sacred, renowned, respected, purely illuminated and pious lineage. The approach of this order is absolutely direct, uncomplicated, unpretentious, humble and extremely loving. Shattari linguistically means rapid or lightning quick, and true to its name, Shattari mode is the quickest. On entering Shattari path, the master lifts the disciple from the base station of Shariat and promotes him to Tariqat in one go. Then, depending upon capacity of each disciple, he is carefully guided and made to progress through advanced stages of Hakikat and Marifat. Shattaris hold the key to secret meaning and mysteries of Quran and possess the veiled knowledge of Hurf-e Muqattiyat, that is, the secret of alphabets. It is strictly prohibited to disclose this knowledge publicly due to the matured nature of this subject. Shattari method is simply a love affair with God, with the ultimate, a love affair with the whole. It means that one is ready to dissolve into the whole. Whenever you are now and here, there is no ego to be found. You are pure silence. You are a Shattari. Origin of Shattari lineage. This noble spiritual lineage is an uninterrupted chain of divine energies flowing through selected enlightened souls. Shattari order traces its origin to well-known Sufi saint Hazrat Bayazid Bustami from Persia, also known as Abu Yazid Bustami or Taifoor Abu Bustami. One of the 14 Sufi orders, Khanwade Taifuriya, is founded by him. He was instrumental in bringing intoxicated mysticism in folds of formal Sufism. The direct approach of Shattari Sufism owes its origin to this great founder of the Shattari lineage. One of his beautiful quotes is translated as follows: "I sloughed off myself as a snake sloughs off its skin. Then I looked inside myself and saw that I am He." Sheikh Abul Hasan, one of the master Sufis of Islam. He was born in the year 963 to Persian parents in a village called Karakan, today located in Semnan province of Iran near Bustam, and died on the day of Ashura, 10th of Muharram in 1033. He had deep spiritual relation and connection with Bayazid Bustami, who died almost a century before him, but had spoken about the personality and state of Abul Hasan Kharkani. Abdullah Sarmast. The Shattari order was introduced in India by Hazrat Abdullah Sarmast. He was 7th lineage disciple to Hazrat Bayazid Bustami. He was honored with Khilafat, that is, spiritual deputyhood, from all of the 14 Sufi orders. Hazrat Abdullah Sarmast came from Iran and laid down the foundation and doctrine of Shattari order in India, and this order has flourished since then. Dressed in royal robes, he used to travel on streets, beating drums and openly inviting people to witness God in his presence. His knowledge and authority in spiritual matters was of the highest degree. The shrine of this great Sufi master is located in Kila Mandav, Zila Dhar, Madhya Pradesh, India. Hazrat Allauddin Kaazan Shattari. Khilafat from Abdullah Sarmast was passed on to Hazrat Allauddin Kaazan Shattari, also known as Hazrat Sheikh Mohammedullah. After receiving Khilafat, he worked on his own spirituality, attained enlightenment, and spent the rest of his life in propagating spiritual Sufi messages in Shattari way. He lived in Muzaffarpur, a small town in southern Bihar, India. Shrine of Hazrat Allauddin Kaazan Shattari is located on a small hill in a small town near Vaishalikad, Hazipur, Bihar, India. Hazrat Abul Fatah Hidayatullah Sarmast. Khilafat was further passed on to Hazrat Abul Fatah Hidayatullah Sarmast. His shrine is located in a small village near Vaishali, Hajipur, around 20 kilometers from Patna, Bihar, India. This village is situated on the banks of Ganga river. He was the third son of Hazrat Allauddin Kaazan Shattari. The famous Mughal king Humayun was a dedicated follower of Hazrat Abul Fatah Hidayatullah Sarmast and took his advice on worldly, political and spiritual issues. Hazrat Shah Zahoor Haji Huzoor. The Khilafat was further passed on to Hazrat Shah Zahoor Haji Huzoor. His shrine is located at the Malikana Kabristan in Sivani, Bihar, India. Shah Sultan Haji Hamid Muhammad Ghaus Gwaliori. The greatness and fame of the Shattari order reached new heights during the era of Muhammad Ghaus Gwaliori. Hereditarily, he belonged to the noble family of Hazrat Ali. Royals like Babur, Humayun and Akbar held him in very high esteem. He was a pioneer in adapting ancient Indian yogic practices and meditative techniques in the folds of Sufism. He authored many books, and his scholarly works includes a handwritten Quran translated in Persian language, which is over 400 years old and has passed down through generations and is now present in the safe custody of Sufi Muhammad Saeed Ali Shah. Hazrat Wajihuddin Gujarati. He is also known with the title of Hyder Ali Sani. He was born in a place called Champaner, an ancient city of eastern Gujarat. He later moved to Ahmedabad, where he received and later imparted knowledge in Islamic studies. He became a prominent scholar of his time and became a mufti. He got influenced by Muhammad Ghaus Gwaleri and became his keen disciple. He attained great knowledge and is still considered as one of the greatest authority of Tasawwuf, the Sufi wisdom. Hazrat Shah Abdullah Husaini Qadri Shattari. He received Khilafat from Hazrat Wajihuddin Gujarati and carried the Shattari tradition and illuminated the generations to come with the Sufi Shattari message. His shrine is located inside the beautiful shrine structure of Hazrat Shah Wajihuddin Gujarati in Kanpur, Ahmedabad. Hazrat Hashimpeer Datageer. He represents the glorious tradition of Kadri and Shattari Sufi order. He was born and brought up in a highly scholastic atmosphere, particularly under the influence of Hazrat Wajihuddin Gujarati. During his stay in Bijapur, he influenced the rulers of Bijapur to give up their un-Islamic and heretic practices. He is one of the most prominent and respected saints of Shattari lineage. Hazrat Sufi Sarmast Ali Shah Qalander. He is one of the most luminous in the Shattari lineage. He is revered with several noble titles such as Qutb-e-Zama, Aulad-e Rasul Allah and Qalander. He is a symbol of the brave mysticism, that is, the Mard Fakiri of Shattari Sufism. He is one of the first Sufi mystic who fearlessly used Sufi as his name. His real name and origin remains a mystery to the world. He received Khilafat from Hazrat Wajihuddin Gujarati Alvi, a direct descendant of Hazrat Hashimpeer Datageer. Later, he travelled to Nandura, a small village in Maharashtra, where he built his Astana, still known as Sufi Bagh. The spiritual beauty of this place is worth witnessing. He used to refer to all beings, including men, animals, trees, and all creatures as Allah Sahib. There are hundreds of miracles associated to him, and followers still receive his constant blessings and miraculous help in worldly and spiritual journey. Hazrat Sufi Abdullah Shah Husaini Qadri Shattari. Although very little is known about this Sufi Fakir of Shattari tradition, he has been an icon of humbleness and simplicity propagated by Shattari Sufism. Hazrat Sufi Gafoor Shah Qadri Shattari. He is another shining star in the Shattari skies. His family derives noble connection from Hazrat Sayyid Hashim, youngest son of Hazrat Abdul Qadir Jilani, Baghdad. Although grounded in Islamic orthodoxy, he still felt he was away from the ultimate truths and longed for a master who would lead him to salvation. When he was introduced to Shattari lineage, his heart melted with the teachings of Hazrat Abdullah Shah Husaini, and under guidance of Hazrat Sufi Sarmast Ali Shah Qalander, became enlightened almost instantly. he gave up his worldly life, riches and family, and continued on his mission to serve Shattari lineage. Hazrat Muhammad Shah Qadri Shattari. The thirst for exploring mystical Islam took him close to Hazrat Gafoor Shah, who made him his disciple and later honored him with Khilafat, and received the spiritual guidance and blessings to progress on the inner path. He appeared to live a humble life, but within, he was like a king, illuminated with divine light of the ultimate truth. He attained the spiritual station of Qutb-e-Zama. He is one of the most fortunate one to be resting beside his Murshid. Hazrat Sufi Hidayatullah Shah Husaini Kadri Shattari. He was originally known as Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, a disciple of Hazrat Gafoor Shah Kadri Shattari. An honor of Khilafat was bestowed upon him by Hazrat Muhammad Shah Husaini. He grew up under the Sufi influence of Hazrat Muhammad Shah Husaini, from whom he learned all core aspects of Sufism and developed extraordinary authority on tasawwuf and irfan. Simplicity, humbleness, innocence and politeness. All these words are ineffective and inadequate to describe the pure humbleness, that is, khaksari of this saint. His immense love and sincerity towards Shattari Silsila earned him his resting place next to Hazrat Sufi Sarmast Ali Shah Qalander in Sufi Bagh, Nandura. Sufi Muhammad Saeed Ali Shah. Sufi Hidayatullah passed on Khilafat and bestowed Sajada Nashini to his beloved disciple Sufi Muhammad Saeed Ali Shah, son of Hazrat Muhammad Shah Husaini. This lineage is presently headed and guided by Khalifa and Sajada Hazrat Sufi Muhammad Saeed Ali Shah. He has always been a torchbearer of Shattari lineage ever since the responsibility of Khilafat and Sajadgi was bestowed upon him. For more than 40 years, he has given selfless service and has completely offered his being to the cause of Shattari Silsila. He remains a powerhouse of spiritual wisdom, and his understanding of Sufi mysticism makes him one of the greatest saints of present times. Yet, the childlike innocence in his eyes sweeps you off your feet. Shattari core philosophy. In Sufi path, Bayezid Bustami was one of the first to speak of annihilation of the self in God, that is, fana fi Allah, and subsistence through God, that is, baqa bi Allah. According to Bayezid, if it is the truth we are after, then we should let others shatter this false image. The ego must be starved of praise and identification. This is the price one has to pay for the Bayezidian truth, the Shattari truth. Shattari practices meditation. Meditation means removing all your prejudices, putting all your conclusions aside, seeing without any hindrance, seeing without any curtains, seeing clearly without any mediation of any thought, seeing with nothing standing between you and reality. There are various active and passive techniques of meditation, like breathing awareness, gazing at the mirror, whirling, and so on. But the goal for each technique is to attain the state of no mind. For Shattaris, meditation is not becoming, but being. Shattari practices or ceremonies. The death of a Sufi saint is regarded as Wisal, that is, the union with the beloved, and the death anniversary is celebrated as a wedding anniversary. Ur's rituals are generally performed by the custodians of the shrine and includes ghusl, a bath given by rose water to the holy tomb of the saint, followed by sandal ceremony, which is applying sandalwood paste and offering chadar, that is cloth or cloak, covering the tomb with flowers and scents. This is followed by Fatiha, a special prayer, and niyaz, which is sweets or food distributed to the attendees. It is a spiritual honor to have an opportunity to be a part of these anniversary celebrations. Shattari practices Sama. Sama in the Sufi tradition refers to listening with the ear of the heart, an attitude of reverently listening to music and the singing of mystical poetry with the intent of increasing awareness and understanding of the divine object described. It is a type of meditation focusing on musical melody by use of instruments, mystical songs, or combining both. Shattari practices Bayaan, a spiritual discourse by the Sufi master, is an important part of Sufi culture. Teaching of Sufism is transmitted to the disciple through these discourses. The topic of discussions varies from basic to advanced, depending upon maturity of the audience and will of the Sufi master. Separate discussions are also conducted within smaller groups of advanced and keen followers, where higher subjects related to deeper secret mysteries of Quran and spiritual realities are transmitted sina ba sina, heart to heart, by the Sufi master. No spirituality is complete without compassion and love for all beings. With this principle in focus, the Shattari group has, under the leadership of Sufi Muhammad Saeed Ali Shah, engaged in various social activities like medical camps, sponsoring education, construction works, distribution of books, and many other activities. You are already there. How long will you keep pounding on an open door, begging for someone to open it? Let us conclude with this small prayer. May Allah steal from you all that steals you from Him. Wishing you all enlightenment.